Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Earl. Great to see you for another weekly update.
Absolutely, my friend. Seems like a busy time in real estate right now, but a lot of different moving parts all over the place.
It's spring. Spring is always the busy. Spring and summer are the busiest times of year to be in real estate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, man, look, I'll tell you what. I'll go ahead and get kicked off here. And I want to speak on a little bit of news from late last week. Late last week, CoreLogic released their report on U.S. home price forecast, and it looks like, according to CoreLogic, we have reached the bottom as far as home prices and as far as them going any lower. It's only from this point here they expect it to not catapult back up, but slowly begin to rise. So I've been telling most people, if you're sitting around waiting on the bottom to fall out, you're going to be waiting a long time because that's not en route.
It's like trying to buy into the stock market when it hits bottom. If you're looking for bottom, you're going to miss it.
Every time.
Have you seen home prices drop in our area? I mean, from what I've seen, I certainly haven't. And a lot of cases, I'm still seeing multiple offers and such.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I was just speaking with someone the other day who had 20 offers on a list.
Holy moly.
20 offers. And this is localized. It's the lack of inventory. As we've been speaking to for so long, it's the lack of inventory and more buyers coming to the market because it's not only becoming a necessity at this point. At this point, it's a real need for a lot of people, So, yeah, as far as prices dropping, no. Prices haven't been dropping significantly like that in our localized region, the Greater Hampton Roads. I haven't seen it on a mass scale. They have decreased some, but that is bottoming out and on its way on the rise.
Wow, that's crazy.
Absolutely, man. I also got a little piece of news last week as well I wanted to share with everyone. This source was from the Federal Reserve, in which they talked about after May's Fed meeting that rates will begin to fall at that point. The Fed will ease a little bit. They're expecting them not to raise the actual interest rate any longer because they're seeing a lot of the good stuff working already on the back end. So with the lowering of, or with the rates, or the interest rates slowing on the rise, and they're starting to tick down, that means you're going to have more people entered into the game. More people into the game, but then lack of housing or lack of supply thereof, it's going to create a hell of a storm. And I don't know if I can even say that, but it's going to create a storm, Kevin.
One heck of a storm, by golly. But Earl, honestly, the Fed does not directly impact mortgage rates. We've kind of chit-chatted about that before. Right. Mortgage rates are impacted by inflation.
Right.
Mortgage rates have already started to come down off the highs. We've seen some improvements, and we are expecting some more significant improvements towards the beginning of May. So, as you mentioned, the Fed is talking about stopping their rate increases because inflation is calming down. That's good for mortgages, good for mortgage rates. We've already started to see those improvements, so no need to wait. Although we are eyeing May 10th is a big day in the mortgage world. Again, we're watching inflation. That's when the next inflation numbers are coming out, and the experts are expecting some even better improvements. So we're telling folks, if you're closing mid to late May or later, let's not lock that rate yet. Let's wait and see what happens. If you're closing before May, hey, guess what? You're going to be fine. Rates are already moving in a downward direction, and you can always refinance later. Rates in general are probably going to hit fives, maybe in a couple of years back into the fours, so you may not have this mortgage forever anyway. So, yeah, mortgages are already improving, so no reason to hesitate.
Absolutely. And like Kevin and I both were saying, it's the best time to really start shopping for a home, because if I look at the local numbers of active listings and new listings on the market, just for our Greater Hampton Roads area, not even speaking on the country, but as of right now, we have about just north of 2,500 active listings. And those active listings consist of single family homes, attached homes like townhomes or condos, and things of that nature. We only had, as of right now, today being April 17th, we only have 1,176 new listings for the month.
Wow.
That's 1,200 listings less than March. So,
do you know like what's typical for this time of year? Although I guess these days, there's no such thing as typical.
Yeah, see that's the thing. We're all practicing in new norms right now. So you can't really look at data from 2022 for 2023 because interest rates were different. It was a different time, So it's kind of hard to say. But right now, I would expect us to be adding a lot more listings. But like I said, we're just halfway into the month. Us adding at least another 1,200 listings. It may sound difficult to some, but who knows? Someone may be sitting on 10 good listings to hit the market within the next week,
Right,
so,
right.
That can always change things. But the big news is, like what we were speaking about, throughout this whole show, it's just the fact that with rates improving and looking to improve even further into the future, but with the lack of inventory, those bidding wars, those multiple offer situations that we saw just 8 months ago, in the springtime of 2022, it looks like they're on a return. It looks like they're on a return strong. So not to give a scare factor, because you can still wait a little longer and get better rates, as Kevin spoke of previously. But if you need the home now, if that's what you need to do, the best time is now to make your move.
If you wait a little longer to try to save on rates, but your home prices are going to be higher.
Right, absolutely. And you're going to miss the home that you want to get. And
you're not going to end up saving money because you're paying more for the house.
Right. You're not going to save anything because you're paying a whole lot more. And it may not even be the house that you want. Well, man, hey, Kevin, it's been great as always, my friend. Till next week.
Sounds great, Earl. Have a great week.
Yes, sir. You too.